Well, folks, President Trump, in Trump's fashion, has rolled out a new plan to sell gold cards for $5 million to wealthy individuals that would like to come in, foreign wealthy individuals that would like to come into the United States. Now, it will give green card privileges plus a route to citizenship for them, all in exchange for about $5 million, as reported. Now, before we get into this right now, if you're new to the channel, drop down below and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you never miss another video from us again in the future. Now, President Trump in the Oval Office announced, I believe yesterday, that they're going to be rolling out a new visa program that is specifically tailored at attracting high net worth individuals who would like to immigrate to the United States. Now, this program, Trump is going to be calling the Gold Card, is going to replace the EB-5 investor visa, which would give wealthy investors, foreign investors, a pathway to citizenship in exchange for a drastically increased cost, plus it was an investment in the United States, plus job creation. So we can take a listen to President Trump just here in a second. Let's see, here we are. Let's take a listen in.
We're going to be doing something else. It's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before, anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
So, President, are there
Wait a minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low-priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold, so they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. The president can give them a green card, and they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit. Why do we give out lotteries of green cards? Why do we give out EB-5 for green cards? The President of the United States understands that the right answer is, why don't we eliminate the deficit of the United States of America instead?
The gold card, well, millions, but the gold card will bring in with it people that create jobs.
And that's going to be the big thing. Obviously, $5 million for a very wealthy individual who wants to immigrate to the United States is something that could be attainable. Obviously, you're going to have a select subset of the population that will have the financial resources to do this. Obviously, could some people go in, try and get loans, go into debt to be able to afford that? Yes. But also at the same time, obviously, they are looking for wealthier individuals who are going to come here. They're going to invest their money in the United States, their resources here, build jobs, build businesses, etc. Now, Trump did make the statement that he would like to sell millions. Now, under the EB-5 program, there are about 8,000 visas issued annually. That's quite the upsell, or the upside from 8,000 to 1 million. He even said that there could be 5 or 10 million people over, a period of time that would come into the United States. I think that could be positive for the United States. Obviously, we need to vet these people the same, if not more vigorously than we would someone who's coming in on a standard green card. Because the reality is, we do not want this to be abused. We don't want people to try and come in, bad people who should not be in the United States. These people need to be vetted even more, combed through with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that these are people who want to come to the United States. They want to assimilate. They have American values. They want to bring jobs. They want to invest their money. They want to create wealth in the United States. They're not going to be dependent on our welfare systems. That's ultimately what I'm looking for here. Obviously, we need to have more details to come out on this, but as of right now, I like the overall idea of it. And of course, there's going to be critics, the left-wing lunatics, the mainstream legacy media are going to, decry this as it's citizenship for sale, or that how easy it's going to be for money laundering. Well, you know what? Says the people who let 10 million illegal migrants flow across the southern border for 4 years. Yeah, I just keep your mouth shut and sit down. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't think you have the right. Well, I mean, you do have the right, but I don't think you should have the ability. Nobody should listen to you because you let millions and millions of undocumented illegal migrants into the United States. You ignored federal law, allowed them to come in, and then tried to pass a bill that would give all of them asylum. Thank God that we have some Republicans with a spine in Congress that stood up to that bullcrap when they tried to pass that immigration bill. And then the Democrats cried and cried and cried for months and months and months about how Trump doesn't want to fix immigration. No, we don't want to allow millions and millions of undocumented, unvetted migrants into the country and then turn around and then give them citizenship. So they're like, no, it's just not going to happen. Now, President Trump has touted the economic benefits of this to pay down debt. Obviously, previously with the EB-5 program, you had to invest at least $1 million. I believe it's between like $800,000 to $1.8, depending on where you were, like your geographical location. You had to invest in the economy and I believe create a minimum, 10 jobs was the number that was set on it. Now, with the gold card, it's going to be paid directly to the U.S. government. President Trump is suggesting that the revenue from these wealthy immigrants will stimulate the economy from the investment they have, but also they will help pay off the national debt at the same time, which if you're talking about reducing the deficit, people don't want to talk about it, but what are the big structural issues we need to change or restructure in order to deal with the debt? Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, and the interest on our debt. If we can pay down our debt, that is going to directly reduce the interest that we are paying on our debt every year. Even if we just got flatline where our debt just stayed the same, we could maintain the amount of debt that we had and did not increase it. It's like that would be even better than where we currently are, probably taking out $2.5 trillion in debt every year. We have to issue that as bonds and certificates of deposits. There's many different things that the government has to issue then to be able to pay for it, and then they have to pay interest on that. So now, like we said, Trump said that these cards could be worth up to $5 trillion if they were able to get millions and millions of people to come here. I don't know if that's realistic. I think it could be realistic to see an increase from the 8,000 people that were coming in per year on the EB-5 visas. But ultimately, what is the market's demand for it? We really can't say right now. We don't know what the demand exactly is for people in that subset that can afford financially to pay that $5 million price tag, plus all of the expenses with becoming a United States citizen. So obviously, this is going to roll out here in about 2 or 3 weeks now. I think it's a smart move. I think it's a great, on the face value, somebody could look at and smirk at this, Trump gold card, But you look at the facts, this is great. $5 million, they're going to be vetted intensely. Intensely, they will be vetted. Better than a standard immigrant would be vetted. They're going to come here, bring jobs, create businesses, create wealth, and drive economic growth in the United States economy. And that is exactly what President Trump needs in the economy right now. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments on this. As always, like, share, subscribe. Don't ever miss another video from us again in the future. We'll catch you guys later.